Hi everyone, J7409 here with you, and these cold temperatures are really depressing. I mean, it's not cold like at my house, like it is at some people's houses. The cold's beginning to come into my house. We had a rather warm day today. Have you ever noticed it? Always warms up and rains, and then boom, it gets cold. Well, it warms up just a tad before it snows. Lots of times, even if it's cold, it might warm up 3 to 5 degrees. Still very cold, but it warms up a little bit. But this is just getting very depressing for many people. Now, all of this dark gray, now I know you guys like up in upper Minnesota and North Dakota and South Dakota and Wisconsin, upper Maine especially, down in the southern part, Michigan, upper Michigan, and down in the southern part of Michigan, you guys, you're all used to it. Yes, it gets cold up in Illinois and Indiana, and it gets very cold over in Ohio. But northern Ohio, now Jaylene, I feel for you, hon. A lot of you know this, who Jaylene is. It's Diversity J. She is a good person. She's a great person. She used to follow me when I did all of my space stuff. Now that I can no longer get out and do it, I always watch her because she does very excellent work. But poor Jaylene, I just want to show you some things. And if any of my subscribers are watching, please watch this entire video because it's going to affect more than Jaylene. We're going to start out in northern Ohio. Hazardous travel conditions possible through this morning's commute, but it's going to get worse. We all know how this morning was. Extremely dangerous wind chills expected this evening through Thursday afternoon. This particular area where Diversity J lives is going to be so very cold. Temperatures tonight will drop well below zero, and it's going to likely remain below zero through Thursday morning. In addition, the winds of 15 to 25 with some gusts over 30 now and then is going to produce wind chill values of 25 to 40 degrees below zero. This will cause life-threatening cold conditions. Now, Jaylene's my friend. That's why I'm going to start off in this area. I'm going to go to more. Now, tomorrow may be the first time since January of 1994 that highs remain below zero in many locations in this area. Low temperatures Wednesday and Thursday morning will be the lowest the region has felt since February of 2015 and could break the daily record still by several degrees. Now, like I said, this is a wind chill warning. Remains in effect from 1 a.m. tomorrow until 4 p.m. Thursday. The dangerous low wind chills are expected to be as low as 35 below zero. So, Diversity J, I hope you're ready, hon. This is for portions of northwest Pennsylvania and north central and northeast Ohio. Once again, from 1 a.m. Wednesday morning to 4 p.m. Thursday. The dangerously low wind chills could cause frostbite on exposed skin in as little as 10 minutes, and this warning means the combination of very cold air. The wind will create dangerous low wind chill values. Frostbite can occur quickly, and even hypothermia or death if precautions are not taken. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but folks, this is just so bad for many. Is it even possible for northeastern Ohio to be that cold? Well, this isn't the wind chill. This is the regular air temperature in Fahrenheit degrees. Yes, northeastern Ohio on Thursday morning should be -6. This is the regular air temperature. So let's check out the wind chill for the same time. So here we have it for Thursday morning. The regular temp should be around -6, and the wind chill for northeastern Ohio -29, -32, -30, all up in this area right in here. So that warning that I just read you from the National Weather Service for that area is right on the money. Please, please prepare, folks, as best as you can. Now we'll come up here to like southern Maine, the New Hampshire area, all this area in pink. Well, Ralph lives up in Maine, folks. We all know Ralph. Ralph's used to the cold temperatures. He's right up there getting next to Canada. But it's not the cold for Ralph at this point. But Ralph, you're probably going, these are winter storm warnings in the pink, and Ralph, you're probably going to get 5 to 10 inches of snow. That's what it's looking like to me. 5 to 10 inches of snow is very possible in any of the areas in this pink when it gets closer to the coast, from New York to Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, all you guys up there. Maybe a little bit of western Boston. We'll have to wait and see exactly where this front does move off the coast when it finally pushes on up. Now, everything in the blue, these are winter weather advisories. Now, as you see from central to southern New Jersey, there's nothing there, but northern New Jersey, we do have some, so let's go check that out. Now, this winter weather advisory is for portions of northern and northwest New Jersey and east central and southeast Pennsylvania. Now, it's going to remain in effect until midnight tonight. After midnight tonight, things should slack up. During the time beforehand, now right on up until midnight, you got a chance of getting 2 to 3 more inches of snow. 2 to 3 more inches of snow. Now, this once again is in effect until midnight tonight. Snow heavier at times will continue through the afternoon into the early evening, then in later this evening. So that's a little bit better forecast for you guys. Not that much snow. You guys are used to it. I'm sure you can handle it, but be aware of it. Pretty much everywhere you see in the blue, that's lesser amounts of snow. You probably will receive some, but I'd say anywhere from 1 to 4 inches. 4 inches on the high end, 1 inch on the low end. That's what you can expect for these areas that are shaded in blue, except for the blue down in Georgia and Florida. We'll check that out. You guys are going to get cold too. This is a freeze warning. Yeah, it's not a frost, it's a freeze warning, and you can see the temps right here. Now, if you're right over on the entire coast over here on the East Coast, you're not going to be freezing. It's going to be chilly. 37 degrees for the Palm Coast, St. Augustine, Jacksonville at 33 degrees, Fernando Beach at 34 degrees. When we move on up and get into Georgia, St. Simon should be around 30. Now, back down in Florida, Lake City, 29. Live Oak, 29. Taylor, 28. Whew! Back up here, we have Homerville. That's 29. You can see them all. Alma at 28. So, folks, please prepare for this. This is what it's going to be like. It's going to get chilly. It's a freeze warning. Make sure your pipes are okay in these areas because they can burst when it gets down this low and you guys aren't used to it. So please prepare for it. Bring your pets in. And right while I'm over here, I want to show you your daytime highs for tomorrow will be in the 50s for the most part. Anywhere from Ocala, that's the warm spot at 55. Palm Coast 54, St. Augustine 51, Fernando Beach 51. You see, you're going to be mid to low 50s up in Georgia. You're going to have low 40s to, or high 40s to low 50s. High 40s around 49 at Douglas. Every place else is looking like in the lower 50s. So please, folks, be aware of this. Now, I cannot stress enough, if you're in the gray area, you're going to have wind chills come on you. Just the plain temperatures is going to be awful. But the wind chills that are going to be happening in your areas over the next 24 to 48 hours is just going to be unreal. So please, if you don't have to go out in it, don't go out in it. You know, you may think I'm playing, but I'm not. Your eyes can freeze. Well, your whole total eyeball doesn't freeze. But with temperatures like this, if you go outside and with in as little as 5 minutes, your corneas can freeze in your eyes. You have to keep blinking them nonstop in order for this not to happen. You may not realize it. After a while, when it happens to you enough, you'll see you won't be seeing like you should. If you don't believe me, look it up. You can find it for yourself. I'm telling you the truth. Please wrap up in layers, and if you do not have to go outside, don't until it warms up some. Here's a little chart with wind chill hazards with the risk of frostbite. I mean, you know, this is just frostbite. I mean, folks, this can go into hypothermia and it can lead to death. And that's what one of the warnings was saying. Didn't mean to sound harsh, just trying to let you know this ain't a joke, folks. Okay, 0 to -9, pretty low chance of frostbite. -10 to 27, the same, pretty low. But when you get up to -28 to -39, like we see is going to be happening in many, many places, and as I pointed out in northeastern Ohio, you get up to the moderate rate. It's going to take 10 to 30 minutes depending on how well you're dressed. Okay, 40 to 47 minus, high, 5 to 10 minutes, and then you can see right on after that it's 2 to 5 and 2 minutes. That's all it takes for frostbite, not to mention everything else setting in. Well, what do you know? Here's the thing about your corneas may freeze and your eyes. Now, it all depends on what you're doing, but if the wind is blowing on your face and you do not have your eyes covered is the point. Like if you're out running, you keep blinking your eyes. You just got to keep blinking your eyes if you want them to keep working right. Right here, regular blinking will keep your peepers in working order. I'm going to go over this wind chill map, then we'll check the temperatures out, and I'll try to right quickly wrap it up with the general forecast of what's happening. But this is set for Thursday where I had it earlier. You can see how cold it is, but folks, it's going to get a lot colder. A lot colder. And it did prove out that this map is correct with the National Weather Service. So, everything's here. You don't have to take my word for it. Please, folks, be prepared. And all of my friends in Canada, God bless you. I don't know how you do it. You're used to it, but you're not used to it so much, I know. So you're like all the rest of us. Please, please be safe. We're going to click this on through now. I want everybody to watch. Hey, we got another friend over here. Barbara in Oklahoma. It's going to get chilly for you before it's all over, my friend, and I want you to be aware of it. As we click through some, trying to get this to go up, we're going to click through a little bit. Everybody can see the cold dipping down. We will go check out the regular temperature map. But see, it looks like a big warm-up now. Barb, you're looking fine along with the rest of us down in here. We're all fat and warm and happy and, Everybody up north here is still in the cold, but at least it's better than it was. It's like now we're up to 12 degrees in northeastern Ohio instead of 35 below zero. Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a big warm up. Remember how I was talking about how it warms up before it does something else? Well, you can see the timestamp over in the upper left-hand corner as the days go by. So we're going to click this on through, just let it go through, and looking like we got some more cold coming down. Now it's minus 30 in northeastern Ohio again. We're still nice and warm in Oklahoma. And Texas is burning up. Look at those 70s. But now the chill is going to start to drop. Now just watch what happens. Now it's getting cold, folks. This is the wind chill. Central Central Oklahoma, 14 looking like right in here, even 12 in places all around. But it might even get colder. Boom! 7 degrees, 9 degrees, 8 degrees. Everything in purple is a single digit. Barbara, my friend, this is on Thursday, the 2nd of February. Looking like this next cold is going to drop down. Once again, this is wind chill. We will go check out and see what's coming up so far as regular temperatures for Thursday, the 2nd. I'm sorry, folks. I got so many maps going on, I can't keep all these dates right. But it was February the 7th instead of, I didn't mean the 2nd. It was February the 7th that those 7 and 9 degree wind chills were in Oklahoma. This is what the regular temps should be for that time in those cold areas, 29, 26. That's what your regular Fahrenheit temp should be, but it's not going to feel like that. It's going to feel like it's anywhere from 7 to 9 degrees, unless this pattern changes. And here we have the GFS. The GFS and the European model, they're a little bit different, but not enough to worry about at this time. This map's courtesy of Tropical Tidbits. Let's turn it on, let it roll. Now, the Arctic air plunging from south from Canada, it's going to drive the temperatures down as much as 30 to 40 degrees below normal over the Midwest and the Ohio Valley by tomorrow, as I have showed you. And dangerous wind chill values as low as 40 to 60 degrees below zero are expected over portions of the northern plains, Midwest, and Ohio Valley tonight and tomorrow. And some of them are going to stick around till Thursday morning. Now, very heavy lake effect snow is going to occur downwind of the Great Lakes. Low pressure will gradually pivot north across southern Ontario tonight, before then lifting into western Quebec by tomorrow night. Meanwhile, low pressure is developing over the central mid-Atlantic region tonight and will lift northeast along or just inland of the New England coast through tomorrow morning. This redeveloping wave will bring a swath of accumulating snow to the interior areas of the northeast, where as much as 6 to 12 inches of snow can be expected before the low center pulls away into southeast Canada by tomorrow night. Now, the story behind the departing low pressure over New England is going to be the advancement of extremely cold air coming down through the Midwest and through the Ohio Valley as an Arctic cold front crosses the region. Arctic air associated with the strong area of high pressure dropping south from Canada is going to allow for high temperatures across these areas to be as much as 30 to 40 degrees below normal tomorrow. And this, coupled with locally strong winds, are going to result in the wind chill values, as I've showed you, 40 to 60 below zero. This bitterly cold air mass should modify a bit as it arrives across the mid-Atlantic and northeast through tomorrow night and Thursday. but temperatures will be considerably below normal with dangerously cold wind chills expected. And the warnings are up as I have showed you. Now, meanwhile, there's a fetch of deep layer Arctic air over the Great Lakes region around the south side of a low. Now, the low center pulling away through southeast Canada, it's going to set up the stage for significant lake effect snowfall over the next couple of days. Snowfall amounts locally in excess of 1 foot can be expected downwind of Lake Superior and Lake Michigan, involving areas of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and western Lower Michigan, respectively, through Thursday. Be prepared, my Michigan friends. However, even heavier snow is going to be possible downwind of Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, where a somewhat more favorable low-level fetch of wind is going to support some areas seeing in excess of 2 feet of snow. Now, this is going to include areas of western New York and especially areas near and just south of Buffalo, New York, relative in areas close to Lake Erie. But also it's going to be in the Tug Hill Plateau region downwind of Lake Ontario. A large area of these winter storm warnings are already in effect. So that's what it's looking like, my friends. Stay as warm as you can. Our thoughts and prayers are with everybody. Don't forget, make sure if you have any pets, they're inside, your plants are inside. Make sure you have plenty of food so you don't have to go outside. And if you still have communications and you haven't lost power in any of this mess coming in, please don't forget to keep a check on your neighbors, especially if they're the older and the elderly, the handicapped. And, you know, a lot of people don't even have a place to go, okay? So just keep all that in mind. Be safe. I love you all. I'm thinking about everybody. Yeah, it's going to be cold for me. I'm going to be laid up too, but nothing compared to my friends up in the north right now. My heart goes out for you, and you hang in there. It's got to get over with at some point. Be safe, my friends. Be blessed. Peace, love, and kindness to each of you. Please subscribe, comment, like if you choose to do so. I'd appreciate it so much. Have yourself a good evening. Thanks for watching.